Welcome back, my alphas. You've been tested, you've been pushed to your breaking point, but you've never broken. Today, I'm going to remind you of something you already know deep down inside. The road has been treacherous and full of lies, but that's the very thing that has sculpted you into the force you are now. You've felt the sting of betrayal, the weight of manipulation, and the anger of being underestimated. You've been walked on, used, and lied to. You've had your trust shattered, your intentions misunderstood, and your every move questioned. But you kept moving forward. And now, the universe, yes, the very force that we sometimes cannot comprehend, is playing the ones who tried to cheat you. All those who thought they could use you, take from you, and leave you behind without consequence, are now facing what they feared most, the reckoning. For too long, they thought you were weak. They thought they could control your destiny, bend you to their will, and erase you from the narrative. They believed their lies would be enough to strip you of your power, to diminish your spirit, and to silence the fire burning inside you. But what they didn't see, what they couldn't see, is that you're not some simple creature that can be manipulated. You're not some puppet that can be pulled on strings. You are a force of nature. They thought they had the upper hand, but now they're standing at the edge, and they're looking down into the abyss of their own creation. The universe has its own way of balancing things. It's not always immediate. Sometimes it takes time for the consequences of their actions to catch up with them. They thought they could avoid it, outsmart it, or buy their way out of the cosmic debt they owe. But no, the universe doesn't forget. It doesn't let things slide. And now, while they're still trying to act like nothing has changed, the very laws of existence are beginning to shift beneath their feet. They can feel it, but they can't yet understand it. That's because you've already crossed into a realm they can't even begin to imagine. And it's all because of your strength, your resilience, and your unwavering belief that no matter how many times they try to cheat you, you will rise again. You might have lost things along the way. You might have seen people walk away from you, as if you meant nothing to them, as if you were just another stepping stone on their journey to nowhere. But that was their mistake. They thought that by leaving you behind, they could get ahead. They thought that by cutting you off, they could take what you had built, what you had earned, without facing any repercussions. But they didn't realize that you are the one who has always held the true power. You are the one who has always been in control of your destiny, even when it didn't seem like it. And now, as they scramble to keep their lies alive, the universe is revealing the truth, and it's showing them that their manipulation and deceit have no place in the grand scheme of things. They tried to steal your light. They tried to darken your soul with their negativity and their manipulation. They believed that by turning others against you, they could make you irrelevant. They thought that if they smeared your name, ruined your reputation, and painted you as the villain, they could erase the truth of who you really are. But the thing about light is that it cannot be extinguished. It doesn't matter how much darkness they try to throw at you. Your light will always shine through, and when it does, it will blind them to the point that they won't even recognize themselves anymore. And when the truth finally emerges, when the curtain is pulled back, they will realize that it was never you who was in the wrong. It was them all along. The lies they told you have become their own prison. The promises they broke, the betrayals they orchestrated, and the trust they shattered are now haunting them in ways they cannot escape. They thought they were playing you, but what they didn't see was that the universe was always keeping score. And now, when they look in the mirror, they don't see the confident, self-assured people they once were. They see broken reflections of their own choices. They see the karma they've earned. They see the downfall they thought they could avoid. They see the consequences of their own actions coming back to collect what is owed. They might still be walking around, pretending like everything is fine, They might still be wearing their masks, thinking they can fool the world and themselves. But deep down, they know. They know that the universe is a patient force, and it has its ways of making things right. What they thought they could get away with will soon catch up with them, and when it does, they won't be able to escape it. They will feel the weight of their actions, the consequences of their deceit, and the toll that it takes to manipulate the very fabric of existence. But you are untouchable. You've already stepped into your power. You've already embraced the fact that life will test you, challenge you, and sometimes even break you down. But what they didn't realize, what they failed to understand, is that every time you fell, you got back up stronger. Every time they tried to tear you apart, you reassembled yourself in ways they could never even fathom. They thought they could break you, but in reality, they were the ones who were shattering, piece by piece, while you only grew more formidable. And now, as they continue their reckless journey, they are unaware of the storm brewing around them. The forces they once mocked, the energies they tried to ignore, are now gathering in ways they cannot control. The universe is not on their side anymore. They might have thought they could get away with their lies, but they failed to realize the consequences were inevitable. And now, as the web of deceit unravels, they are left with nothing but the cold truth staring them in the face. You don't need to seek revenge. The universe will take care of that for you. You don't need to waste your energy trying to prove your worth. The universe will show them who was right all along. Your path is already set. The universe has already decided that you will rise and they will fall. It's not about playing games anymore. It's about destiny. It's about the cosmic balance that will always restore itself. And for all those who thought they could cheat you, manipulate you, and leave you in the dust, it's only a matter of time before they face the consequences. You are the living proof that no matter how many times they try to tear you down, you will always rise. They tried to cheat you, but now the universe is playing them, and there's nothing they can do to stop it. The world is watching. They can run, they can hide, but they can never escape the truth of who they are. And the truth is, they are nothing in the face of your strength, nothing in the face of your resilience, nothing in the face of the unstoppable force that you've become. So keep pushing forward, my alphas. Keep moving through the darkness, because on the other side, there's a victory waiting for you, a victory that they can never take from you. You are the storm, and the storm is never defeated. The universe is on your side. The reckoning has begun, and they will never see it coming. The universe has a way of working in silence, behind the scenes, weaving its intricate web of fate, justice, and balance. You've been patient, waiting for the right moment to strike, for the right time to rise. They have no idea that every step they've taken in the shadows, every deceit they've spun, has only led them into a trap. They thought they were clever. They thought they had outsmarted you. But you've been playing a far more complex game, and the universe has been your ally all along. It was never about immediate retribution. It was always about waiting for the right time, and that time has arrived. Their arrogance blinds them. It always has. They've built a fortress around their ego, a wall of pride that shields them from the reality of their own shortcomings. They've convinced themselves that they're untouchable, that their lies are impervious to the truth. But in truth, they're fragile. Their facade is crumbling piece by piece, and soon enough, they'll be left standing naked in the face of their own dishonesty. They tried to fool the world, but the universe is watching, and it always corrects itself. It's like a clock, ticking in the background, ensuring that the natural order of things prevails. What they've done, the damage they've caused, cannot go unpunished. It never does. And now, the universe is making them pay. You see, life has a way of bringing things full circle. You may not have seen it at first, but every betrayal, every manipulation, every moment when they tried to cheat you was part of a larger design. It's not about seeking revenge or tearing them down with your own hands. It's about recognizing that their actions have consequences, and those consequences are inevitable. They may have believed they could outrun karma, that they could slip away without facing the repercussions of their choices. But they were wrong. So very wrong. Because karma doesn't need to chase them. It simply needs to wait. And as they go about their lives, pretending nothing has changed, the universe is silently aligning the pieces that will ultimately lead them to their reckoning. You've felt it too, haven't you? That growing sense of power, of energy shifting around you, as though the world is suddenly in sync with your every move. This isn't just coincidence. The universe is playing its hand, and it's giving you what you deserve. You've earned this. Through every sleepless night, every tear shed in the darkness, every moment of doubt you've faced and pushed through, you've built a reservoir of strength that they will never understand. And now that strength is beginning to show itself, they can't stop it. They never could. The universe moves in mysterious ways, but it always knows where to place the right people at the right time. You are that person, the one who has endured, the one who has stayed true to their purpose, despite the attempts to knock them off course. While they busy themselves with their petty games, thinking they've won, they're missing the bigger picture. They think they're in control, but they're not. The universe is, and it's watching them. It's studying every move, every word they speak, every breath they take. It's waiting for the moment when they'll slip up. It's waiting for them to finally show their true colors so that the world can see what they really are. And when that moment comes, they won't be able to hide behind their lies anymore. They won't be able to deceive anyone, not even themselves. The truth will emerge, and it will be undeniable. And you will be there, standing tall, watching it unfold. You won't need to say a word. You won't need to lift a finger. The universe will take care of the rest. The power you've accumulated, the lessons you've learned, the scars you've earned, will all become your shield. They tried to tear you down, but in doing so, they only built you up. They didn't break you. They only made you stronger. Every attempt to cheat you, every moment they tried to undermine you, was a lesson in disguise. A lesson that will serve you for the rest of your life. The beauty of this moment, this reckoning, is that it's not about being right. It's not about proving your worth to anyone. The universe has already done that for you. It's about seeing how everything has come full circle. It's about recognizing that the ones who tried to manipulate you are now facing their own demons, and there's nothing they can do to escape them. They've built their own prison, brick by brick, and now they have no choice but to live in it. They're trapped by their own choices, and you're free. You've been liberated by the very forces they tried to control. There's a darkness within them, isn't there? A darkness that fuels their desire to tear others down, to belittle, to destroy. They thrive on chaos, on confusion, and on manipulating others to achieve their own selfish goals. They've convinced themselves that this is the way to succeed, that using people as stepping stones is the only way to rise to the top. But what they don't understand is that the top they're reaching for isn't built on solid ground. It's built on lies, on deception, and on the backs of those they've wronged. And because of that, it will crumble. It always does. The higher they climb, the harder they fall. They just haven't realized it yet. You, on the other hand, are grounded. You are built on truth, on resilience, on integrity. Your foundation is strong, unshakable. You face the darkest moments of your life and emerge from them not only alive, but stronger. Every time they tried to break you, you rebuilt yourself, piece by piece, until you became unbreakable. And now, as they chase their hollow dreams, you are standing in the light, waiting for the moment when their fall begins. And it will begin. The universe has already set that plan in motion. You might think they're untouchable, that they've won because they still have the appearance of success. But the universe doesn't measure success by what can be seen on the surface. It measures it by the energy that flows beneath. It measures it by the intentions behind the actions. And in that regard, they've already lost. The universe knows what they've done. It knows the games they've played. And it's only a matter of time before the consequences catch up to them. When that happens, it will be swift. It will be unforgiving. And they won't be able to hide from it. The important thing to understand is that you've already won. You don't need to chase after anything anymore. You don't need to fight for what's already yours. The universe is on your side. The more they tried to cheat you, the more they sealed their own fate. You are the living proof that perseverance, integrity, and strength will always win in the end. No matter how many times they tried to knock you down, no matter how many times they tried to erase you from the story, you've always found a way to rise. And now, as they scramble in the wake of their own destruction, you stand tall, watching the show unfold. And this is just the beginning. The universe has only just started playing its hand. The consequences of their actions will continue to unfold, and they will feel the weight of everything they've done. And as they fall, you will continue to rise, because you have learned the most important lesson of all. You have learned that nothing, absolutely nothing, can stop you when you are aligned with the forces of nature, with the truth of your own strength. Keep walking, my alphas. Keep rising. Because you know what they don't. The universe is on your side, and it will always have the final say. No matter how many masks they wear, no matter how much power they think they hold, no matter how many lies they tell to keep their empire standing, in the end, the truth always emerges. And when it does, it will come with the force of a storm, shaking everything they thought was secure. They have made the fatal mistake of thinking that their actions could go unnoticed, that their betrayal could be swept under the rug. They thought they could escape the consequences of their actions by hiding behind their false narratives, using their charm and deceit to manipulate everyone around them. But what they fail to realize is that the universe doesn't allow such deceit to go unpunished for long. It always comes back, sooner or later. And when it does, there's no escaping it. You've been through hell and back. You've seen things that would have broken lesser people. But here you are, standing tall, unshaken, with a fire burning within you that no one can extinguish. They tried to tear you down, to break you into pieces, thinking that you were weak, that you could be controlled. They thought that by pushing you to the edge, they could make you crumble, that you would fall and never get up. But they were wrong. You're not the kind of person who folds under pressure. You're the kind of person who rises from the ashes, stronger, wiser, and more determined than ever before. They didn't break you. They gave you the opportunity to rebuild yourself into something even more powerful. Every time they underestimated you, every time they tried to push you down, it was just another opportunity for you to grow. They thought they were making the right moves, but they were making one fatal mistake after another. They thought they had you figured out. They thought they could control your fate. But the universe had other plans. It wasn't your destiny to be their victim. No, your destiny was always to rise above, to overcome every obstacle, to show the world that no one can break you, no matter how hard they try. And now, as they look around, they can feel the shift. They can feel the weight of their lies catching up with them. But it's too late. The damage has already been done. The universe doesn't forget. It watches everything. It sees the truth. Even when others choose to turn a blind eye, the universe isn't swayed by money, power, or status. It doesn't care about titles or the false facades people put on to hide their true selves. It sees beyond all of that, and it knows what's in people's hearts. It knows their intentions. It knows their secrets. And now, all those who tried to manipulate you, who tried to cheat you, are starting to feel the weight of their actions. They may not realize it yet, but the universe is already playing its hand. Their downfall is inevitable. What's coming for them isn't something that can be avoided or run from. The consequences of their actions are already in motion, and there's no way to stop the chain of events that's about to unfold. They may try to mask it, pretend like nothing has changed, but the universe sees all, and it's coming for them, slowly, quietly, with a relentless force that can't be stopped. The lies they've told, the people they've manipulated, the damage they've caused, it's all going to catch up with them. And when it does, they won't be able to hide behind their wealth, their influence, or their charm. The truth will come to light, and it will leave them exposed, vulnerable, and powerless. But you're untouchable. The universe has seen everything you've been through. It knows the pain you've endured, the sacrifices you've made, the battles you've fought in the darkness when no one was watching, and it's been paying attention. The universe doesn't reward people based on luck or happenstance. It rewards them based on their strength, their resilience, their ability to keep going when the world tries to tear them down. And you, my Alpha, have earned your reward. It may not come in the form of instant gratification or immediate success. It may not come with a grand announcement or a flashy display, but it will come. And when it does, it will be undeniable. For all the times they tried to cheat you, to undermine you, to steal from you, there's a reckoning coming. The universe doesn't forget. The truth always finds its way to the surface, no matter how deep the lies are buried. They can pretend all they want, they can continue to play their games, but eventually, the mask will slip. And when it does, they won't have the strength to face the reality of their own actions. The weight of their choices will crush them. They thought they could take what wasn't theirs. They thought they could manipulate the situation to their advantage. But in the end, they've only set the stage for their own downfall. And that downfall will be a sight to behold. It will be inevitable. It will be complete. And it will be delivered by forces much greater than any they could ever comprehend. It will come not because you sought revenge, but because the universe will never allow injustice to go unpunished. It will come because balance must be restored. It will come because what they tried to take from you, what they tried to steal, was never meant to be theirs in the first place. The universe saw the truth all along, and now it's time for that truth to be revealed. You don't need to do anything. You don't need to lift a finger. The universe has already set the stage. You don't need to fight back. You don't need to stoop to their level. All you have to do is keep walking your path. Keep doing the work. Keep living with the integrity and strength that has always been your hallmark. The universe will take care of the rest. Every step you take, every move you make, will send ripples through the fabric of reality. And the energy you've put out into the world, the energy of strength, of truth, of resilience, will come back to you in ways you cannot yet imagine. And as for them, they will be left to deal with the chaos they've created. They thought they were clever. They thought they could cheat their way to the top. But they couldn't see the bigger picture. They couldn't see that the universe has its own way of working things out, its own sense of balance. And that balance is always restored. It's like a scale that always tips back into equilibrium. They thought they could tip the scale in their favor by cheating, by manipulating, by stealing what wasn't theirs. But they never realized that they were playing with fire. They were sowing seeds of their own destruction. And now, the harvest is coming. And they won't be able to outrun it. But you've already won. You may not see it yet, but the victory is already yours. Not because of anything they've done, but because of everything you've endured. You've come through the fire and you've come out stronger, wiser, and more powerful than ever. Your strength comes not from the victories you've achieved, but from the battles you've fought and survived. Your power lies in your resilience, in your ability to keep going when the world tries to break you down, and that power will never be taken from you. So, while they're busy trying to keep up their facade, trying to maintain their grip on their fragile empire of lies, you continue on your path. You don't need to chase success. You don't need to prove anything to anyone. The universe has already decided that you will rise, and as they fall, as they watch everything they've built crumble around them, you will be there, standing strong, watching the cosmic balance play out. And you will know that the universe has had the final say all along. They tried to cheat you, they tried to destroy you, they tried to manipulate the forces around them. But the universe is not a game to be won by lies. It is a force to be respected, a force that always brings everything back into balance. And now, as they scramble to hold on to what's slipping through their fingers, you will be there, in your power, unshaken, unstoppable. Because you were never meant to lose. You were always meant to win. In the end, they thought they could cheat you, manipulate you, and break you down. But the universe had other plans. It has watched your journey, witnessed your strength, and aligned everything for your rise. As they falter and face the consequences of their own actions, you remain unshaken, unbreakable. You are the embodiment of resilience, and nothing they do can stop the truth from emerging. The universe has had the final say, and you are destined to emerge victorious. Keep moving forward, because your time is now.